Sometimes the hardest part of any job isn't the work itself, it's knowing when it's time to walk away. So today, let's talk about the signs that tell you it might be time to leave your job. Number one, if your health is on the line, if your job is making you sick, mentally or physically, or both, it's a red flag that you can't afford to ignore. Constant stress, anxiety, sleepless nights, headaches, even dreading Sunday nights, those aren't just bad days at work. That's your body telling you the environment is toxic. No paycheck is worth your peace or your health. Number two, when there's no room to grow. A second sign is when you've hit the ceiling. If you've been in the same position for years, doing great work, but the promotions, raises, or development opportunities never come, that's a sign. Stagnation isn't loyalty, it's a trap. Employers that value you will invest in you. If they don't, it's time to start investing in yourself somewhere else. Number three, favoritism and politics rule the day. When promotions, projects, and recognition are handed out based on favoritism instead of merit, it's not a healthy environment. You can't outwork politics. And the longer you stay, the more it chips away at your motivation and self-worth. Number four, you're being retaliated against. If you've complained about discrimination or unfair treatment, and suddenly you're on a performance improvement plan, a PIP, you're being micromanaged or excluded from meetings, that's not a coincidence. It's retaliation. And while it may be illegal, it's also a big flashing sign that this employer is not going to change. I mean, that's just the way it is. You may need to protect yourself legally, but you should also start planning your exit strategy. You probably just don't want to stay there. Number five, maybe you've just outgrown the job. There are times when it's not about them at all. It's about you. You've learned everything you can. You're no longer challenged, and you want to be. And deep down, you're capable of more. That's a really powerful sign that it's time to move on, because growth doesn't always happen in comfort zones. The exact opposite is really true. And then number six, your values don't match. You're just not on the same page with your employer. When you feel like you're compromising your integrity just to keep a paycheck, that is a serious deal breaker. If the company culture goes against your values, eventually it will eat away at your motivation and self-respect. That's a cue to leave. Jobs are really hard. We get caught up and it's hard to leave sometimes. Sometimes we want to win. And the thing is, it's really interesting because when I have a lawsuit against a company, a lot of times reemployment is on the table, but that, really never works. Once you've seen who a company really is, it probably is time to leave, especially if you complain about it. But I'm amazed that there are times when my clients actually want to get their job back. But that pretty much never works because everybody's walking on eggshells when they return. My client feels like they are constantly being watched and that they're just not comfortable. And the employer feels like they can't discipline because they're going to be accused of retaliation. It's just a very uncomfortable situation for everyone. So when it's time to move on, it's time to move on. And you should trust yourself. Leaving a job is never easy, especially when the bills and responsibilities are staring you in the face. But staying in the wrong job has a cost too. Your health, your happiness, your future. So pay attention to the signs. Your health is suffering. You're stuck with no growth. Politics and favoritism rule. You're facing retaliation. You've outgrown the role. Or your values just no longer fit. If you see yourself in these signs, it might be time to stop asking, should I leave? And start asking, what's my plan to move forward? because walking away isn't losing, it's leveling up. See you next shift.